Hey, when we're talking evolution, because the interesting thing is here, and I guess this is where, for some listeners, on some shaky ground, some Christians are quite happy to think that there's, a synthesis, or, I'm happy to believe what they taught me at school or at university, and, even Christians themselves grapple with whether they are true creationists or whether they believe in evolution. And as soon as you put some words behind it, like, a denial of evolution makes you a sort of a white supremacist, all of a sudden you've got this coercive pressure on you, not to deny you being an evolutionist because you might be termed a white supremacist. Thoughts here?
Yeah, sure. I first came across this in the USA before woke was a popular word. Surprise, surprise to most people who don't know what it means. It's out there, you see it in the newspapers, but it didn't even get into the Oxford Dictionary till 2017, and it's hit the Western world with a big slam, right? Politicians use it, schools use it, the sexist groups that want anyone to be whatever sex they want, they use it. But here's how I first came across it. Rules on racism had begun to penetrate the American public service, and so they were discouraged from using words like black. It got to the ridiculous point where you couldn't order a black coffee because that was considered a racist thing. So you couldn't even order a white coffee because they wanted to abandon these terms, so your language became shrunken. Now, one of the effects of wokeism is if there is no God, you don't know what's right even when it comes to words. And so who's racist, who's not? In the end, it depends on who you want to support your political venue with, right? So anyone you want to get out, anyone you want to cancel, you describe them as a white supremacist or a racist or whatever, and you get them cancelled in our society. So yes, there is a connection, because if evolution is true, then there's no God in the textbooks. No God means the biggest number of people in a democracy, they rule.
If you're not woke, you've got this risk, haven't you, that someone will try and cancel you as soon as you stand up for what you believe. And so you really need to have some evidence to back what you do believe, so that you can stand firm and say, well, I'm going to face a little bit of a fire here, but you've got to be able to be confident in what you believe about your own faith.